Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at the Samyoung LED rechargeable spotlight. So this was provided to me by the distributor, but they're not compensating me for this video and they're not reviewing it before I post it. If you find this video helpful, I'll put a link to it in the description on Amazon, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So as you can see, the spotlight has a pistol style grip on it. So this seems like it would be very good for like pointing out a car window as opposed to a traditional like say flashlight. This would be more comfortable. You could just stick your arm out and you could aim this around like if you're searching for something from a car. This would also work well if you're hiking and searching for something. So let's take a look at the instructions real quick. So this is model Q953. So it has a diagram here. It says tripod hole can be installed on a tripod. So this comes with a small tripod, but this is a standard 1/4-20 thread. So there are numerous devices you could use to mount this. You could use a clamp style mount, a regular like camera tripod, suction cup mount. So that could be very versatile if you want to mount this somehow, or even like a bar clamp mount would work. On the back we have a USB output. So since this has a large battery in it, you can use this as a power pack, so you can use it to charge your phone. It has a charging input port, and it has a waterproof and dustproof silicone pad, and then the hand shank or handle. Down here it says high power spotlight. Lampshade is 3mm toughened glass. Aluminum alloy lamp ring. Side floodlight. There's two buttons here. The floodlight switch, long press to turn on the warning light. Main light switch, long press to turn on the flash mode. And then it has a shoulder strap hole. So here are the product parameters. So it's model Q953. The battery model is the 18650. So this has standard 18650 cells, and there's 3 of them in parallel. So that's a pretty common lithium ion cell. The battery capacity is 96,000 milliamp hours. The lighting time is 8 hours in strong light, 16 hours medium light. Charging voltage is 4.2 volts. Charging time is 6 to 10 hours. Lamp bead type is XPG3/L2. Lamp life is 100,000 hours. Switch mode is electronic touch switch. Shell material, PC, which would be polycarbonate, and aluminum alloy. So it has charging instructions here. It says plug the adapter into a 100 to 240 volt AC power socket. Plug the other end into the round DC socket at the tail of the searchlight. At this time the adapter indicator lights red, indicating that it is charging. When the charge indicator turns green, it means charging is complete. To ensure safety, please unplug the charger when finished. The charging time is determined by the remaining power. The general charging time can be completed within 6 to 12 hours. So here we have the usage instructions. So it's red when it's charging, it's green when it's complete, and charging time can be between 6 to 12 hours depending on how much charge you already have in the battery. So here's the switch. The switch 1 is for the side light. So it has strong light, medium light, and then it turns off. If you long press it, it will turn into the warning light mode. And then the switch 2 is the main light, and that has the same thing, has strong, medium, and then it has an emergency mode, a flash mode. And the USB output, and that talks about the USB output to use it as a power bank. So this came with a power adapter here. So the output on this is 4.2 volts at 1.5 amps. So that plugs in down here. So this is IP65 rated, so that would be rated for dust ingress and spraying water on it, but probably not high-powered water jets. And there's that USB port. So close that up. So this is silicone. It has silicone pads here. So if you were to position it like that, it would protect it. So here's the glass and the reflector. This is the polycarbonate construction. Here's the aluminum. Here's the side illuminator light. And we have the strap here. You could clip on there so you could wear this. Because this could be kind of unwieldy to just carry it around if you're not using it. You put the strap on there, it takes the weight off your hands. And then when you need to pick it up, you can pick it up and use it. So let's try these buttons here. So that's the side light low. And if I hold that, okay, so that's the emergency mode. So that actually has kind of like a blue and a red light. It doesn't show up on camera, I don't think, as well as it does in person, the color of the light. And then we have the spotlight here. High, low, and then if we hold that down, that has a strobe light. So this has 2 types of emergency lights. It has the red, blue, and it has the flashing white light. So let's check out this tripod here. So it has some feet. This has a button here. Okay, so that ratchets. So it kind of stops going this way and ratchets open. Okay, so once the tripod's up, that'll thread into the mount here. So now this can be aimed. So you can point it down or ratchet it up like so. So if you were changing a car tire, you could aim this at whatever position you wanted and it would stay steady. So this also comes with a car charger adapter. So I think that's really handy too. So if you're using this in a vehicle, you can easily charge it in your vehicle. So I'll point my camera at the wall so we can take a look at what the beam looks like on this. Okay, so you can see I do have a little bit of light coming in here, but I'll turn this on. So I'm going to move this closer to the wall so you can see what the beam looks like. So you can see there's a bright spotlight in the middle and there's a light around it. And I'm holding this 1.5 feet from the wall. So in typical use, you're going to be pointing at something further away. But I just wanted to show what this looks like here. And then we have the low mode. And then I'll do the emergency mode too. It's like a strobe light. Now here's the side light. So this is a very even light. So I talked about changing a car tire. This would probably be a nice mode for changing a car tire because it's a nice even light. Or say you're camping and you're cooking dinner, or say you're doing search and rescue and you're looking at a map. You could set this on a picnic table, shining kind of sideways across the map, and this would give you some even light. And there's the low mode, and this is the emergency mode. Okay, so as I record this, it's daytime, so I'm going to cut the video and I'll come back at night and we'll demonstrate this outside. Okay, so I'm standing 50 foot from my garage. I'm going to turn the light on, and this is what the spotlight looks like at 50 feet. So you can see the outer ring is quite wide, and then you can see the inner spot is a couple feet across. And here's the spotlight on the low mode. So that's the Samyoung LED spotlight. I like the features on these. Like I said earlier, I think this would work well to say point at a car window, like if you're searching for something from a car. And it did come with a car charger, so this would work well for automotive applications. And it came with a regular plug-in charger too. Has a strap so you can easily hang this around your neck. So while you're not actively pointing this at something, you don't have to actually hold on to it. So it did come with this tripod, and it's kind of awkward how this mounts on here. I was able to get it to thread in pretty easy. See, I wasn't even trying here and I got it thread in. It's kind of at an angle, and it does work. So you can aim it at things. Although if you need localized bright light, then you can just as easily use this side light and just set it down, and that would cast light. So if you don't need the spotlight, I think that's more convenient than the tripod. Now, a cool feature of this, having a 1/4 thread, is that you can thread in all sorts of attachments here. So here is a clamp-on tripod mount. So say you have some crossbars on a roof rack, you could clamp this on there and then aim this at something. Or if you had some kind of a light mounting system, you could almost use this like an ad hoc like theater spotlight. Of course, we have like suction cup mounts too. Now, I don't know that I would trust suctioning this to a vehicle and driving down the road at high speed with this. I'm just demonstrating that this tripod thread is very versatile in mounting this. So I like the pistol grip on this, and I like the position of the buttons to turn it on and off. I think that's really convenient. It has a very bright light in the middle, but it also has a broad light. So if you're searching with this, you have that broad light to give you a sense of what's around you, and then you have the spotlight to really get into details. So that's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.